Hello, a very good morning to all our live viewers. We are back with the second final of the day. RR Stones taking on Pink Panthers in the all important Gold Cup final. Coin toss fell in favor of Pink Panthers. Surprisingly, they have opted to ball first. Abed Azharuddin and Chirag Yadav are the two openers for RR Stones, whereas Saitane with the ball for Pink Panthers. That was slightly full with unoffered, and Abed Azharuddin quickly pounces on it and drives it all along the carpet in the covers for a boundary. What a way to open the account. Some style to get off the mark. Abed Azharuddin in the arc for the lefty and full swing of the bat takes it for a 4. Coming to the career stats of Abed Azharuddin. Very experienced batter, 1457 matches, over 50,000 runs, averaging just over 41. Strike rate very healthy, 192. What a ball that was. That's much better from Tanay. Close to body against Abed Azharuddin. Will keep him quiet. He likes the width. At the non-striker end is Chirag Yadav. 188 matches for him as well. 6,599 runs, averaging 43.41. 110 the strike rate for Chirag Yadav. He's a very good batter. Right hand, left hand combination. Right at the top for RR Stones. Short ball! That was a very strange shot. Abed Azharuddin there got in a strangle. That was very close to his body. Hitting the handle and moving into the mid wicket, very close to the fielder inside the circle. That's a very good bumper from Saitane, as I said. Close to his body will be the area to ball against Abed Azharuddin. He likes the width. Saitane, very experienced bowler for Pink Panther, operating over the wicket for both righty and lefty. Now right-hander Chirag Yadav on strike. Coming to the career stats of Saitane, 253 matches, 285 wickets, economy just over 5, best figures of 5 for 19. He's a very good bowler. He's a genuine wicket taker right at the top. Wrapped on the pads, huge appeal, but match official unmoved. That ball raised away in the fine leg region after tickling the pads of Saitane. It's a 4. That ball keeping low, wrapping Chirag Yadav on the pad. Fortunate for him, that ball was not in line of stumps. That was drifting down. Score moves to 9. That's a streaky boundary, but RR Stones will take it. This is the all important Gold Cup final. Both the teams winning their semi finals very comprehensively. That's a better length and better line from Saitane. Safely defended by Chirag Yadav. It's a dot to end the over. A very action packed first over. 9 coming off it. RR Stones 9 without any loss after 1. Divi will share the new ball alongside Saitane. Both the batters have got good height, so they'll get some bounce from this track. 52 matches for Divi, 53 wickets, economy 7.13, best figures of 5 for 17. Coming back to the conditions, these are ideal conditions for the pace bowlers. It's a grassy track into the surface, and you'll get some extra bounce every now and then. Odd ball, keep slow at the surface, but more often than not, you'll get extra bounce and ball will swing around very nicely. If you ball in the good areas, wind flowing very nicely here at one champion cricket ground that will assist furthermore for the fast bowlers. Both the teams winning their semi-finals very comprehensively. First, Pink Panther winning over by 7 wickets, almost 5 overs to spare. Then RR Stones winning with 115 runs. Both the teams will be high on confidence. We are expecting it to be a thriller. Divi with his first ball coming over the wicket for the lefty. Goes full on the stumps, driven but straight to the covers. It's a dot ball to start off. That was a very handsome looking shot, but went straight to the fielder, so no run conceded. Well, bowlers will look to cramp Abed Azharuddin for room. Width is what he likes. Anything outside off stump, he'll punish you. Margin of error very thin when you're up against him, especially in the power play. That's a beauty from Divi. Starting off from the off stump and hint of away swing there for him. That ball goes away sharply with the angle, beats Abed Azharuddin on the outside edge. Back to back dot delivery. This one better one from Divi, bowling that hard length, not allowing the batter to get on the front foot. Deep gully and deep square leg are the two fielders out on the circle for Abid Azharuddin. That's full way outside off stump and slashed away over point for a boundary. This is poor from Divi. As I said, anything outside off stump and Abid Azharuddin will lash us onto that. That's an easy pickings. He likes the width and Divi offers him plenty on that occasion and he walks with the pace and gets it over point for a boundary. Nothing much that the gully fielder could have done. Now, a extra fielder on the offside after that boundary. Short third, deep gully, point, covers, and mid off. This is much better line and length. Close to the body on a good length. Abed Azharuddin just looking to run that one into the third man region, failing to get any connection. You need to cramp Abid Azharuddin for room in order to get success against him. He is very good outside of stump, like the width, but at the same time, if you are drifting on the pads, he'll punish you. So there's very little area that the bowler can ball at Abid Azharuddin. Well, there's a change of field now. Deep gully moves to deep point, and point moves to short gully. Once again, in line of stumps on a hard length, Abed Azharuddin just defending it off the back foot. It's a dot ball. Apart from that four, the entire hour has been very good from Divi. He's bowling in the right area for the left-hander. We have seen earlier today in the first match of the day, 107 has been chased out in the very last over. That too with just 2 wickets in hand. Well, that's a bounce that I was talking. A steep bounce for Divi. Abid Azharuddin looking to get on the top of the bounce. Gets beaten. Fortunate for him, it doesn't take an outside edge. That's an excellent ball to close out the over. 4 runs coming off that over. After two, RR Stones 13 without any loss. Current run rate 6.5 runs per over for RR Stones. Both the batters very experienced. It's a very big batting lineup for RR Stones. Plenty of stars which are yet to come to bat. Mohammad Imtiaz, Majid Ali, Avinash Reddy, Captain Mir Roshan Ali, S. Vaishnav, Mirza Muzakkir, Karan Patnaik, Divesh Singh, Sayyid Muzammil, Awais Ahmed, yet to come. What a ball that was! Completely squaring up Chirag Yadav. Saitane to continue starts off with a beauty. That ball coming in with the angle and at the very last moment after pitching, leaving the right hander. That's a pretty much unplayable delivery. That is what I was talking about. This surface is not easy to bat on. Well, well, well. Looks like wicketkeeper might have hurt himself in the process of catching that ball into the gloves and it goes. It bursts through and then hit him flush on his head. We hope that things are okay, but he seems in some trouble. It looks like he's bleeding. Medical attention arrives for the wicketkeeper. Player pauses for a while. Wicketkeeper there getting the medical attention and he's good to go. Player assumes it's a single for Chirag Yadav, playing that one with the soft hands at, on the top of the bounce. That's a good delivery. Shot of good length into the surface against Abid Azaruddin. That ball doesn't climb as much as it should have, but safely played by Abid Azaruddin. Gets on to his toes and punches that one off the back foot with very soft hands into covers and through for a single. Singles will hold the keys on the surface. Boundaries won't come that easy at the surface. You have to work for your runs. Well, this time Chirag Yadav advances, slices one, doesn't carry to the deep fielder who makes a mess. Well, overran the ball on that occasion. Deep gully fielder, that should have been only a single. That goes for a boundary. Well. What has happened there? Fielder was charging in. He was looking for the catch initially, then aborting the thing. In the end, overran the ball. That ball going behind him and goes for a boundary. Score moves to 19. Chirag Yadav gets the first boundary for him. 5. Run a ball 5 for Chirag Yadav so far. Whereas 10 of 11 deliveries for Abid Azharuddin. 19 without any loss. RR Stones after 2.4 overs. Once again, just short of good length by Saitane. Chirag Yadav defending it off the back foot on that occasion. It's a dot ball. Well, this is excellent contest between bat and ball. Both the bowlers not going full. They are bowling into the surface and they have not allowed the batters to score freely up until now. Will they continue with similar strategy? This is a very good surface. The surface keeps the batter honest. Once again, similar kind of length, even shorter this time. Chirag Yadav once again defends it off the back foot. Back to bat dot deliveries to close out the over. After 3, RR Stones 19 without any loss. A steady start for RR Stones in the Gold Cup final. This is a big match, much anticipated match of the season in one champion elite season 42. These two are better better teams going around in this tournament, goes head to head against each other in the Gold Cup final. Divi to continue. 1 over, 4 for none for Divi into his second over. Continuing over the wicket for the lefty. He's got deep point and deep square leg. Well, that's a short ball. Doesn't bounce as much as Abid Azharuddin anticipated. It keeps low and hits the off stump. First one bites the dust for Rara Stones. It's a very dangerous Abid Azharuddin who is very disappointed and walking back. That ball was into the surface. That ball was a quick one. Doesn't bounce and skids through the surface and gets the better of Abid Azharuddin. RR Stones 19 for 1 after 3.1. One lefty out, another lefty walks in. Karan Patnaik replaces Abid Azharuddin. So left hand right hand combination continues for RR Stones. 203 matches for Karan. 5,710 runs, averaging 34.82. Strike rate 111.70 for Karan Patnaik. He's in at number 3 for RR Stones. Divi gets the first one of the match. First wicket of the match coming in the fourth over. Abid Azharuddin looking to pull. Ball skidding through the surface and hitting the off stump. As I said, this surface keeps the batter guessing. It keeps the batter honest. Boundaries won't be easy to collect. Batters have to work for their runs. Once again, short ball into the surface. Karan getting on the top of the bounce, guiding it, but straight to the third man. It's a dot ball. Both the batters bowling very good in tandem, not allowing any freebie apart from one full outside off stump that was taken for four by Abid Azharuddin. Divi has bowled into the surface and in line of stumps. Once again, a better length. Karan Patnaik happy to just play it off the back foot, just running it behind point. That's the way to go forward instead of looking to play in front of square. Batters need to look to play behind. Bounce is not something which you can trust on the surface. That is the reason why batters look very tentative before committing on the front foot. We have seen plenty of batters holding out inside the circle or in the deep while playing on the front foot. Flying slip and a gully, very short gully for Karan, and Divi balls to his field. That was short, and that ball was at the body. Karan Patnaik does well to control it and keeps it down. Hits it in the point for a single. Gets himself off the mark at the very third ball. Third ball he faces. 20 for 1 RR Stones after 3.4 overs. Excellent spell so far from Divi. 1.4 overs, 5 for 1 for him so far. Shot into the surface. This time doesn't carry to the deep square leg. Chirag Yadav with the pull shot. This is excellent from Divi. Bowling to his field. He's got the field behind in the square leg region and he bowled a bumper. Chirag Yadav pulls it nicely, but he might have fallen in the trap if that ball would have carried to the deep fielder who collects the ball on a bounce. Chirag Yadav will get single. He needs to be watchful of that deep fielder, deep square leg fielder. Last ball of the over. This time it's in the air and safely passed by the wicket keeper. That ball bounced extra off the surface and in the end got too big on Karan Patnaik, who was unable to control the pull shot. In the end, ends up handing over a simplest of catches to the wicket keeper Sachin Yadav there. Sachin Rathore, who makes no mistake. Second one bites the dust. Patnaik departs cheaply. RR Stones 21 for 2 after 4. Saitane to continue. Starts off with a shot of good run. Shot of good length. Punched off the back foot. That ball went very quickly to the point fielder. Chirag Yadav was interested in taking a single sent back by S. Vaishnav Reddy. That would have been mighty close if the point fielder would have collected the ball cleanly and hit the target. Chirag Yadav was well in front. Excellent spell for Saitane. 2.1 overs, 11 for none. He's not got the wicket. That's an excellent shot on the surface. It was short and wide, and this time Chirag Yadav gets on the top of the bounce and cuts it well in front of point and will fetch four for that. That's a very good timed shot. It's very difficult on such surfaces to get on the top of the bounce. Chirag Yadav does well there. That was a very well controlled shot. Width was the key there. Sai Tane presenting some width, offering some width. That was enough for Chirag Yadav. This time he gets advanced and takes the ball on a full and hits it for a six. What a shot that was. That's a very handsome looking shot from Chirag Yadav. Class written all over it. Coming down the track, getting to the pitch of the ball and just lifting it over mid off. Second guessing the baller there and moving early and getting that six. Four and a six, 10 runs off two balls. This time it's clipped off the pads and it's a boundary. 4 6, now a 4. 14 runs coming off last three deliveries. This is poor from Tane. He was bowling very good up until now, but this over he's gone for 14 already. Two deliveries yet to be bowled in this over. It was a poor delivery on the pads, and Chirag Yadav is too good a batter to miss out on such scoring opportunities. Just guides it in the fine leg region. Coming to the fielding, it was a poor effort inside the circle at fine leg that could have been stopped. Well, that's a much better line and length. Chirag Yadav defending it off the back foot with a very soft hand and threw for a single. This is what the good batters do. After getting boundaries, they rotate strike. Chirag Yadav 36 now on the board for RR Stones in 4.5 overs. We have seen 107 almost defended in the first match of the day. What will be the target that RR Stones will be eyeing? They might eye somewhere around 140. That will be the ideal target. If they are getting something more than that, that will be a bonus. 140, 145 on the surface is a very dependable score. Saitane on that occasion missing his run up mark. Last ball of the over. Well, that ball skids through, doesn't bounce much. Safely negotiated by Vaishnav Reddy. It's a dot ball to close out the over after 5 overs. RR Stones 36 for the loss of 2. 15 runs coming off that over by Saitane. 36 for 2 after 5. Divi to continue. Batters looking for the single initially, but deciding against it. That was a good effort and a right call from both the batters. Divi once again bowling into the surface, not allowing the batter to get on the front foot. He knows that bowling into the surface is the right thing to do at this venue. Well, he goes full. That is what he does occasionally. Very full to Chirag Yadav on that occasion, who gets a toe end. Ball goes to mid-on region fielder who collects the ball on a bounce. Well, that's a good ball from Divi that will create doubts in the batter's mind. Change in a field. Now, deep gully fielder moves to deep point and gully. Short point moves to short gully. Deep point and deep square leg are the two fielders out on the circle for Divi, whereas short fine, short third, point, covers, mid on, mid off, mid wicket are the fielders inside the circle. Length delivery, cut away, but straight to the point, and each here and there would have been four for Chirag Yadav. That was beautifully timed shot, but fails to pierce the gap. 36 for 2 after 5.3. This is the last over of the power play. All three dots so far in this over. Divi bowling very well here. This is his third over. 2.3 over, 6 for 2 so far for him. Oh, that was a sharp ball there. Taking the glove, beating the wicket keeper towards his right, and Chirag Yadav will get 4, but it was a streaky one. That was excellently executed delivery from Chirag Yadav. That was an effort ball. Chirag Yadav trying to play off the back foot. That ball coming in sharply and hitting the glove. Fortunate for Chirag Yadav that the deflection was a big one that beats the wicket keeper, and it's a 4. Score moves to 40. This time into the surface, pulled away, fielder there behind, and Chirag Yadav falls into the trap. It was just short on the previous instances. This time it carries all the way to the deep fielder. Rehan there in the deep, who makes no mistake. Chirag Yadav looked good but has to walk back. That's a well set trap and beautifully executed short one by Divi to send back Chirag Yadav. Third one down for RR Stones inside the power play. 40 for 3. New batsman in is Awais Ahmed in at number 5 for RR Stones. Left right-hander dismissed. So right-hander coming, replacing him. Left hand right hand combination continues for RR Stones. Awais Ahmed, 80 matches for him, 1783 runs, averaging just under 28. Strike rate very healthy, 149.08 for Awais Ahmed. Last ball of the power play, 40 for 3 after 5.1. In fact, 5.5. That was slightly fuller from Divi, driven on the up but straight to the cover fielder. It's a dot ball, a successful over from Divi, 4 runs and a big wicket of Chirag Yadav. After 6 overs, RR Stones 40 for 3. Change in the bowling attack. First signs of spin immediately after the power play. Aditya NK with his off break, right arm off break. 87 matches for Aditya, 109 wickets, economy 7.84, best figures of 5 for 19. Well, that's been guided away in the third man, quick single and easily completed by Awais Ahmed, who's very quick between the wicket. He's a tall batter, so he's got good reach and he can cover ground very quickly. Very quick runner, very fit runner, very tall runner. Awais Ahmed. Aditya to Awais. Once again, guided away. It's a quick single. Throw should have been a better one there. It would have been a close one, but the throw was not flat enough and not accurate enough. That's the reason why it's easily completed. Vaishnav Reddy, change of a field. Mahinder Reddy now there in the short third region. Once again, guided away. This time it's played very fine. No chance for short third fielder to cut that off. That's a boundary. Beautifully played by Vaishnav Reddy. Aditya NK this time bowling slightly wider. Width was there and it was enough for Vaishnav Reddy, who operates smartly by just running that ball fine instead of hitting it hard. He prefers to guide the ball. That's the right thing to do on this surface. 7 runs already of the first half of the over. 47 for 3 after 6.3. This time Vaishnav Reddy just moves it outside of stump and plays the ball, paddle sweep in the fine leg region and collect for no one there behind square. So this is smart cricket playing to field, moving early, moved way outside of stump and just sweeping it in the vacant fine leg region and collects four, collects two. This is smart cricket playing to field. Once again, a field changes. The fielder which was brought on the short third region from the fine leg has now put back into the fine leg region. Full in line of stumps, driven on the up. Aditya NK dives in his follow through but cannot stop the ball. 50 is up with that single. 50 for 3 in just 6.5 overs for RR Stones. They have lost 3 wickets. They've got a very long and very deep batting lineup. They'll be targeting a score in between 140 to 150. Well, that's an outside edge. Juggles and misses the catch in the third attempt. Wicket keeper. Well. Awais Ahmed gets a lifeline. That was a very thin outside edge. Sachin Rathore there took 3 attempts, then still puts it down. 10 runs coming off that over. After 7, RR Stones 50 for 3. Divi to bowl out. 3 overs, 10 for 3 for Divi. Will bowl out. That's the fourth over on the trot for Divi. Well, captain finishing off with Divi, not keeping him for the back end. He's bowling well here with the new ball. Once again, ball's a good ball, just short of good length, which has been equally well played by Vaishnav Reddy, getting on the top of the bounce and just guiding it on the onside and getting that single. Score moves to 51, 51 for 3 after 7.1 overs. Awais Ahmed looking to run that ball in third man region. Gets beaten. Well, wicketkeeper once again juggles and doesn't collect the ball. These are not good signs for the wicketkeeper. In the air! Will not carry to the bowler in his follow through. Awais Ahmed opting to play that one on the front foot. That ball hitting high on his bat. Fortunate for him that the ball doesn't carry to the bowler in his follow through. This is excellent from Divi once again. Bowling into the surface and creating difficulties for the batter. No freebies on offer from Divi. This time punched off the back foot looking for the sharp single but it was not there. Mahinder Reddy in the point. He's a very good fielder, so no point chancing his arm. That's a third dot in a row from Divi. 3.4 overs, 11 for 3. He's been pick of the bowler so far. He's adjusted according to the conditions very nicely. Balled into the surface. Not allowed the batter to get on the front foot. And he's got his rewards. Will he finish off his spell on high? Will he get another? That's a good ball. Equally well defended by Awais Ahmed, who's happy to see him off. Not looking to rotate strike against Divi. Awais Ahmed. Last ball of the seventh over coming up. 51 for 3. RR Stones after 7.5. Last ball of the over. Divi to Awais Ahmed. Well, this time he goes full. That was beautifully driven down the ground by Awais Ahmed for a single to close out the over. An excellent one, an excellent spell all in all for Divi. 2 runs coming off that over. After 8 overs, 52 for 3. RR Stones. Aditya NK to continue. 1 over, 10 for none for Aditya. New batter in is Avinash Reddy after the departure of Vaishnav. He's joined in Aves Ahmed. 70 for 4 now Ara Stones. Last ball of the 10th over. Keshav strikes in his very first over. That's a full delivery driven on the up. So it will be a single, a successful over. 7 runs and a wicket of Vaishnav coming off that over. We are halfway through in the first innings of the all important Gold Cup finals of One Champion Elite season 42. Pink Panthers taking on RR Stones. Pink Panthers winning the toss, opting to ball first. RR Stones after being put into bat first. 71 for 4. We are halfway through. Players will have drinks. We'll be right back. Play will resume after a very short break. That's a very good looking shot from Aves Ahmed. Getting to the pitch of the ball and just lifting it over extra cover. He'll collect 4 for that. Slightly over pitched by the bowler and Aves Ahmed making full use of his reach and getting a boundary. Srivatsan, good first over, only conceding 3, now goes for 4 in his very first ball. 84 for 4 after 12.1. Another flighted delivery, this time reverse sweep attempted. Doesn't get. Right at the middle of the bat. Awes Ahmed. That ball hitting his toe end. 19 of just 23 for Aves. Will look to get a move on. He's got his eye in. On the other hand, Avinash, 9 of 8 deliveries. Another flighted delivery driven on the up. So it will only be a single. They have now got deep extra cover after that boundary and cover point inside the circle. Field once again changes for Avinash. Now they have got normal field. Covers in play and sweeper cover outside the circle. 4-0-1. 5 coming so far in this over. Flighted delivery. That's a top edge. Will not carry to the deep mid wicket fielder. So it will only be a single. Avinash on the location looking for the slog sweep. Gets a top edge. Fortunate for him, no one there inside the circle in the mid wicket. So it will only be a single. That's the biggest part of the ground. Mid wicket. Quicker one. That's punched straight back over the head of the bowler for a six. What a shot that was. Picked bones out of it. Aves Ahmed. That was shot into the surface. That was a quicker one. Aves was ready for that sort of delivery. Punches off the back foot. That's some power to execute such kind of shot and hit it for a six. Aves, he's got some power. He's got good reach. He's got power. 26 now of 25 deliveries. He's made up for his dot deliveries. Now he needs to get those boundaries on regular basis. Well, that's a beauty from Srivatsan to close out the over. An expensive one, 12 coming off the 13th over by Srivatsan. RR Stones, 92 for the loss of 4. Keshav to continue. 2 overs, 11 for 1 for Keshav. Will bowl the 14th over of the match. Into the surface, punched off the back foot to the sweeper cover for a single by Avinash Reddy. Well, there's a misfield there by the wicketkeeper. This is sloppy from Pink Panthers. That should have been only a single. Misfield by wicketkeeper. Helps the batter come back for the second run. Score moves to 94. Avinash on 40 on 12 of 10 deliveries. That was very full. Avinash doesn't get underneath the ball, so no elevation. Hits it all along the carpet for a single in the long off region. Score moves to 95 in just 13.2 overs. RR Stones moving along nicely. Once again, a full delivery from the bowler. Aves this time goes straight as an arrow on the side screen for a six. What a shot that was! Effortlessly done. Just lifts it straight and it goes all the way. 100 is up for Ara Stones in 13.3. 101 for 4. That was a very good shot coming off the blade of Aves Ahmed, who moves on to 32 of just 27 deliveries. Another full delivery. This time, Aves go over mid wicket and he clears the lot. That's an even better hit, an even bigger hit. As I said, he's got some power. Aves Ahmed. That's the second six of the over. Back to back maximums. 107 now for 4 for RR Stones. This is poor from Keshav. Bowling too full and paying the penalty. 2.4 overs, 26 now conceded. A wicket for Keshav. Another fuller length delivery. This time he lifts it over extra cover. It's not a 6. It's a 1 bounce 4. Ball just bouncing inside the boundary skirtings and it's a 4. 1 bounce and it goes all the way for a 4. 6 6. Now a 4. Last ball of the over remaining. This is a very productive over for the batting team. Well, this is not been middle. The fielder there was charging in for the catch. He got to the ball. He did all the hard work, but in the end, the ball just bursting through his fingers. Well, Aves Ahmed gets a second lifeline. Half a chance there for Saitane, who does well but doesn't hold down to the catch. That should have been fifth one for Pink Panthers. It was a toe ender from Aves Ahmed. He gets a lifeline. Second one of the match for Aves Ahmed. He'll collect one for that. Aditya NK now back into the attack. In fact, Aves Ahmed will collect two for that. He moves to 44 of just 30 balls. 113 for 4 after 14. Avinash looking for the big shot. This time getting the toe end and the ball moves to the square leg region for a single, which brings dangerous Aves Ahmed back on strike. That's another biggie from Aves. This time he doesn't get the middle, and this time the catch is being taken. Rehan there in the deep, who points his finger skyways and takes a reverse cup. That's the fifth one down for RR Stones. Dangerous Aves Ahmed has to walk back looking for another biggie. This time he hits it in the mid wicket region. That's the longest side of the ground and he holds out in the deep. Aditya NK strikes. RR Stones 114 for 5. After the departure of Awais Ahmed, Mohammad Imtiaz makes his way out to the center. He's a white ball giant. 2,309 matches for Imtiaz, 72,592 runs, averaging just over 35. Strike rate 194.79 for Mohammad Imtiaz. In at number 7, usually bats at the top, but today he's come low down the order. He's got the finishing role. Well, straight away looks for the slog sweep, gets beaten. That's a quick ball from Aditya NK. This is not a very simple surface where you can straight away hit big shots. Imtiaz should be mindful of that. Wind in favor of the batter. He's hitting with the wind. Well, that's slightly short. Inside edge. Ball moves to the fine leg region fielder. It's a dot ball. Fine leg inside the circle does well. It's a dot ball. Back to back dot balls. So far, only one run and a wicket out of four deliveries. Once again, slightly short, pulled away by Mohammad Imtiaz into the square leg region. He gets off the mark with that single. Score moves to 115 for 5 after 15 overs. Last ball of the over, punched off the back foot by Avinash Reddy into the sweeper cover region for a single. An excellent over by Aditya NK. 3 runs and a wicket coming off that over after 15. RR Stones 116 for 5. Srivatsan to continue. 2 overs, 15 for none for him. That's an absolute brave delivery. Flighted up, tossed up, inviting the batter for the big shot. Avinash looking for the big shot. Doesn't get the ideal connection. That ball doesn't even carry to the deep fielder in the long on. In fact, in the long off region, it's a single. Usually a wicket taker, Srivatsan. No wicket so far in this match. Slightly drags his length back for Mohammad Imtiaz, who punches the ball off the back foot. Ball goes in the long off region for a single. 118 for 5 RR Stones. They've been asked to bat first by one champion. In fact, by Pink Panthers. Flighted delivery. Avinash Reddy preferring to play off the back foot on that occasion. Just driving it all along the carpet on that occasion. 3 singles coming off 3 balls. I feel like a wicket or a big shot coming in this over. Flighted delivery that's in the air. Will that carry to the deep fielder? No, it doesn't. Imtiaz searching for the full one. Doesn't get it. Just chips it in the air for a single. 120 is up for Stones in 15.4. Good over so far from Srivatsan. 4 singles coming off that one. Wrapped on the pad. And the ball goes. Hit the timber. Bales come off very late. We have to wait for the match official signal. Ball going and hitting the timber. Bale coming off very late. What will be the call from the match official? It will be an interesting one. That ball slowly trickles and hit the timber. Bales unmoved for last for first 10 seconds, then slowly comes off. Well, that's been given as a not out. It's a very windy here. Bale might have come off due to wind, but it doesn't come off when the ball hits the stump. Avinash Reddy survives. This time cuts one. Ariel into the sweeper cover, who collects the ball on a bounce and gets it back in time. An excellent over from Srivatsan. 5 runs coming off that one. 121 for 5. RR Stones. Keshav to bowl out. 3 overs 32 for 1. Starts off with a good one. That's on a better length. Avinash Reddy looking for the big shot. Doesn't get the length. He flat bats it into the mid wicket for a single. Mohammad Imtiaz now back on strike. 3 of 5. Mohammad Imtiaz will look for big hits. Sweeps for the first time and gets the better of Keshav. That's an excellent shot down on the knee and sweeps it. There was a fielder behind, but the wind takes it all the way for a 6. Shot and a half from Mohammad Imtiaz. First one of the match for Mohammad Imtiaz. He's got plenty of experience behind him. He's a top order batter today coming down the order for RR Stones. Has to play the finishing role. Needs to give the finishing touches. Length slightly dragged back after that 6 by Keshav. Punched off the back foot in the extra cover. Protection there. So it will only be a single. Score moves to 129. 129 for 5 in 16.3. This is better length from Keshav. Not allowing Avinash to get underneath the ball and give any elevation to the ball. It's a single. 9 runs already of the over. Imtiaz sweeps, but this time doesn't get the elevation, so it will only be a single. 6 and a 4 singles so far of this over. 131 on the board. Projected score says 155. Last ball of the over. Cut away. That beats the short third. Mahinder Reddy after the ball. Will he cut it off? No, he doesn't. Ball wins. That's a boundary. Second boundary. 6 now a 4 to close out the over. An expensive one from Keshav. 14 runs coming off the 17th over by Keshav. RR Stones 135 for 5. Aditya NK to bowl out. Starts off with a good ball. That ball spinning in after pitching. Not bowling full, not bowling in the slot for the right-handers. Anything full, batters will take full advantage of that. Aditya NK is very smart operator. 3.1 overs, 24 for 1 for him. Floated up that one. That's hit hard towards the right of long on. Saitane there does well. So it will only be a single. Avinash Reddy looking for the big shot. Once again doesn't get the elevation. Couple of singles to start off the over. 137 for 5 after 17.2. Well, that's a quicker one. That's in the air. Fine leg fielder coming underneath and takes it. Srivatsan there. That's an excellent change up from Aditya. He strikes. Mohammad Imtiaz moving early. Looking to slog sweep. That was a quicker one into the surface. Tries to pull it. Gets the leading edge. A good catch from the fine leg fielder coming in. Sixth one bites the dust. RR Stones 137 for 6. New man in is Mir Roshan Ali. 1,118 matches for him, over 33,000 runs, averaging over 42. Strike rate just under 150 for Mir Roshan Ali. Flat bats it in the long on region to get himself off the mark. 138 on the board for RR Stones. We've seen 107 chased out in the 20th hour. These are not easy conditions to bat on. Length slightly dragged back by Aditya NK. Avinash Reddy playing off the back foot. Doesn't able to generate power. Wasn't able to generate power into that shot. Avinash, it's only a single. A good over from Aditya NK. 4 runs and a wicket so far. Last ball of the over. That's a floated delivery, floated up, outside off stump. Mir Roshan Ali looking for the slog sweep, gets beaten. A successful one from Aditya NK, 4 runs and a wicket of the 18th over. 139 for 6. RR Stones. Saitane now back into the attack. Will ball the 19th. 3 overs, 26 for none for Saitane. Short third. Back foot point. Sweeper cover. Short covers and long off. On the offside, he goes full on the pads. That was drifting down. So no appeal whatsoever for leg before. In fact, the batter manages to get an inside edge. It's a single. 140 is up for RR Stones. Long off, short mid wicket and deep square leg. Three fielders on the onside. No one behind square, inside or outside the circle. So Saitane should be mindful of that one. He needs to ball outside off stump in order to contain. Well, there's a fine leg there now. Short fine and mid wicket has been pushed back for Mir Roshan Ali. Fine leg comes in and mid wicket gets pushed back. Well, that's a full ball in the air. Will it carry to the deep fielder? No, it doesn't. He puts in the deep mid wicket and balls one full on the stumps. Roshan Ali looking for the big shot in the mid wicket region. Doesn't get the good connection. Ball doesn't even carry to the deep fielder. Couple of singles to start off the 19th over. 141 for 6. RR Stones. Short ball that's in the air. Will it be taken? No, it isn't. That ball raced away for a boundary. Third man was very close, but that ball was flying over and it beats him and goes for a boundary. That was a good ball, but Avinash Reddy somehow will get four. That was a complete mistime shot, but they say when you swing, swing hard. That is the reason why. Flashing Blade takes the ball, beats the short third, and takes the ball for a boundary. 145 up now for RR Stones. This is a very competitive total on this surface. Slow one and beautifully paddled fine for a boundary. What a shot that was from Avinash Reddy. That was full. Slow one. Outside off stump. Avinash Reddy moved early and scoops it fine. Beats fine leg towards his left and will get four. Second guessing the baller there and getting it right. Avinash Reddy on the verge of taking his team over 150. 149 is already on the board. 8 deliveries remaining. In this innings. What will be the target that RR Stones will set for Pink Panthers? This time into the surface, pulled, doesn't middle it. Will they come back for second one? Throw is good, but batters are even quicker. 150 is up for RR Stones. 151 for 6 in 18.5. This is excellent from the batters. Chancing the arm, taking the arm on. These are the final overs of the match. Last ball of the 19th over. Well, that's an excellent one to close out. That came in sharply after pitching. That was a off cutter that came in. That's a legal delivery. Right decision by the match official. After 19, RR Stones 151 for 6. Srivatsan to bowl the 20th over. 151 for 6 RR Stones. They look to maximize in the final over. Mir Roshan Ali on the strike, who's got 2 of 3 deliveries. Avinash 37 of 27. This is not the easiest tracks to bat on, especially against the fast bowlers. RR Stones batted well. They've got 151 in the 19 overs. How much can they add on in the last over? Short third. Well, that's in the air. Doesn't carry to the long off. Well, what actually happened there? It's hard to understand. That ball bouncing in front of the fielder and going for a boundary. Fielder not even trying to get a hand to it. Might have missighted that delivery. That's poor. It's a boundary nonetheless for RR Stones. Mir Roshan Ali will be delighted by the result. Once again, a good length. Roshan Ali pulls it hard, but doesn't get the good connection. So it will only be a single. Short third. Back foot point. Inside the circle on the offside. That's a floater. Full outside off stump and hit straight on the side screen. One bounce and away she goes. That's a boundary, much needed one. Avinash Reddy now into the 40s. 160 is up for RR Stones. Another flighted delivery. Once again, he goes straight, and result remains the same. Back to back boundaries for Avinash. He's closing up on the landmark of 50. 45 of 29 deliveries now for Avinash. 164 for 6. Well. Pink Panthers have been penalized on slow over rate. They now have an extra man inside the circle. They're operating with 5 fielders inside the circle right from the beginning of this over. Last ball remaining. 13 coming off this over so far. Srivatsan to Avinash. Avinash looking for the big hit, missing the ball completely, and the wicket keeper Sachin Rathod does the rest. Wicket coming off the very last ball. 164 for the loss of 7 is what RR Stones managed after being put into bat first. 165 will be the target for Pink Panthers when they come out to chase in the all important Gold Cup final of One Champion Elite Season 42. We'll be right back after a very short innings break. Welcome back to the chase. Pink Panthers chasing 165. Gets off to a flyer. Couple of massive sixes for Relasa. This time he just plays one off the back foot. Punches in the covers and through for a single. This is what the good batters do. After getting boundaries, they rotate strike. 13 without any loss inside the first over. Pink Panthers. Now the lefty Anirudh MS. Left hand right hand combination at the top for Pink Panther as well. Both the batters are very good, complement each other very well. Syed Muzammil with the very first over for Ara Stones. Well, that's an excellent delivery. Shape away there for Syed Muzammil, beating the batter on the outside edge Anirudh. 103 matches for Muzammil, 120 wickets, economy just over 8, best figures of 4 for 17. Coming to the career stats of Anirudh MS, 123 matches for him, 4,552 runs, averaging over 44, strike rate 147 for Anirudh. This time cuts one off the back foot, but straight to the fielder. At the point, it's a dot ball to close out the over. A good one for Pink Panthers as they collect 13 of the very first over. 13 without any loss. Pink Panthers while chasing 165. Majid Ali to share the new ball with Syed Muzammil. Right arm pacer Majid Ali coming over the wicket. 163 matches for him. 161 wickets. Economy 6.8. Best figures of 7 for 9. Starts off with an beauty. That ball took off and hit the batter on the arm. He's looking in some sort of pain there. Rilasa Reddy. That ball was short of good length. That should have ended thigh high, but instead goes at the chest. Rilasa Reddy somehow keeps it out, but in the process gets hurt on the forearm. He's looking in some pain, but will continue. Let's go back to the career stats of Rilasa Reddy. 155 matches for him, 4,254 runs, averaging over 32, strike rate 110. He's a very good right hand batter. Complements very well with Anirudh MS. Both batters like to bat on together. They have good partnerships in recent past for Pink Panthers. They look to continue their good work. Right at the top for Pink Panthers, sweeper cover and long off are the two fielders outside the circle for Majid. He bowls a good length, just leaving the left hander with the angle. Anirudh looking tentative on that occasion. Gets beaten on the outside edge. Good start for Majid Ali. Right on the money. No sweeper cover. Moved into point. Deep point now. Slightly short and pulled away. That's a first sign of authority from Anirudh. And he stood tall on the top of the bounce and hits it well in front of mid wicket for a boundary. What a shot that was. Waited for the opportunity. Once it's in his arc, He went for it. That was shot. Not quick enough. Doesn't climb enough. And Anirudh is too good a batter to miss out on such opportunities. It's a boundary. Score moves to 18. On the pads this time. Square leg fielder after that. It will be another couple of runs for Anirudh MS. Score moves to 20. Once again, short of good length, and it sat up in the surface nicely for Anirudh MS, who hits it straight as an arrow. It's a boundary to close out the over. 11 runs coming off the second over by Majid Ali. Pink Panthers off to a flyer. 24 without any loss after two. Syed Muzammil to continue starts off with a short ball that was pulled away beautifully by Rilasa Reddy. Protection there in the square leg region, so it will only be a single. This time Anirudh coming down the track. A misfield there in the mid off region by Abid Azharuddin. So it will be easy couple of runs for Anirudh MS. That should have been a single. Misfield allows the batter to come back for the second one. 27 without any loss in 2.2 overs. You cannot ask for any better start. 165 on this surface is a very competitive score, as I said. Fast bowlers will abstract some extra bounce out of the surface. This time he goes into the surface and that ball goes over the head. And it's been called as a wide ball by the square leg umpire. Wide and a first bounce. Syed Muzammil not happy with the square leg umpire's decision, but it was a rightful call. That ball was well over the head of the batter. Good bouncer. Anirudh was coming down the track. That's why Muzammil banged it halfway. This time it's in the air. Muzammil underneath it and takes it. Anirudh MS looking for the big shot, and that's that brings his downfall to trying to pull across the line. That was short of good length. Bat turning in his hands, and in the end, it was a good catch. And his follow through by Muzammil that was in the air for a while. Muzammil takes a beauty to send back Anirudh MS, who departs cheaply. First one down for Pink Panthers in the third over, 28 for 1. New batter in is Kritin Kotapalli, a left-hander replacing left-hander. 258 matches for Kritin, 6,937 runs, averaging over 38. Strike rate 105.35 for Kritin. He's a very good middle order batter for Pink Panthers. Cuts that one, but straight to the back foot point. It's a dot ball. 28 for 1. Syed Muzammil gets a big wicket of Anirudh MS. He was looking dangerous. Started off slow initially. Was looking to get runs. Anirudh MS in process gets out. As I said, what a beauty that was from Syed Muzammil, leaving the left-hander. If you get your seam position right and lands it in a good area, the ball will do its thing. This time, shaping away sharply after pitching for the lefty, who played tentatively at it. It was very close to getting that outside edge. Back to back dot deliveries. Last ball of the over. A good one from Muzammil. In the air, just evades Syed Muzammil in his follow through. That was a leading edge but doesn't carry to the fall. In fact, goes over the head of the bowler in his follow through. Kritin gets off the mark in not a very convincing fashion, but he will take it. He survives. He'll live and fight another day. After 3, Pink Panthers 29 for the loss of 1. Majid Ali will continue. 1 over 11 for none for Majid Ali. Majid Ali coming around the wicket now for the lefty. That's a good length delivery, punched off the back foot but straight to the point. It's a dot ball to start off the over. Pink Panthers scoring at good rate. They're scoring over 8. Well, that ball kept low. Good fielding by mid-on fielder, but it will still be a single, which will get Rilasa Reddy, the right-hander, on strike, who's on 15 of 6 deliveries. He started off aggressively, then was off strike for a while. Then the wicket of Anirudh MS. Kritin joins him. Now he gets a strike. 15 of 6. Will he continue the very way? Yes, he does. Stands tall and hits it down the ground for a single. That's good fielding by the fielder inside the circle at mid off. Kritin Kotapalli 205, and that's straight through the defense of Kritin, and Majid Ali hits the target and strikes for the first time in the match. That ball kept low and skidded through the surface. Kritin looking for the big shot, plays across the line, plays across the wrong line, and he has to walk back. Furniture behind him has been disturbed. Second one bites the dust for Pink Panthers. 31 for 2 after 3.4. New batter in is Ritvik S. He's in at number 4 for Pink Panthers. Clips it fine but finds the only fielder in the fine leg. It's a dot ball. 31 for 2 after 3.5. Good over this from Majid Ali. 2 runs and a wicket coming so far. Shot of good length on the body. Ritvik this time works it away in the mid wicket and gets himself off the mark. After 4 overs, Pink Panthers 32 for the loss of 2. That's in the air. Rilasa Reddy looking for the big shot. Holds out in the circle. Awes Ahmed there in the mid off. In fact, in the mid on region, makes no mistake. 33 for 3. 3 down in a blink of an eye for Pink Panthers. They started off beautifully. Once Anirudh was out. Kritin followed him. Now Rilasa. Three down in a quick succession for Pink Panthers. 33 for 3 after 4.3. New batter in is SK Rehan. In at number 5 for Pink Panthers. Played a good knock in the semi-final yesterday. Will he able to come up with goods in the finals? 100 and 222 matches for Rehan. 9,130 runs, averaging 76. Strike rate 150. That was shot and asked to be put away, and Rehan pulls it away beautifully. That was very short from Muzammil, and it was not at all quick enough. That sat up in the pitch, and it was easy pickings in the end for Rehan, who pulls it towards the right of deep square leg and collects 4 and gets off the mark in some style. 37 for 3 now. Last ball of the over. That's a good length delivery outside off stump. Rehan happy to let it go through. 5 runs and a wicket coming in that over. A successful one from Muzammil after 5, 37 for 3 Pink Panthers. That's a very good shot from Rithvik. Just lifting it over the infield, and one bounce into the boundary skirting it goes. Making the full use of the field restriction that are on. Majid Ali slightly over pitches, and Rithvik makes him pay. First boundary for Rithvik. He moves to 6 of 5 deliveries. Slightly short. Rithvik cutting it. And huge appeal for caught behind. Wicketkeeper was very much interested. but no support whatsoever by the bowler. And match official not interested at all, so it's a dot ball. Dot 4 and a dot so far in this over. Once again on a good length. Ritwik happy to defend it. It's a dot ball. Four coming of four balls. Ritwik tries to drive on the up. Gets the bottom of the bat on that occasion. As that ball doesn't bounces enough. It's not easy to play on the up on the surface. 5.5 overs, 41 for 3 Pink Panthers. Last ball of the power play. Majid Ali to Ritwik. We are expecting a thriller here. Both the teams very good throughout the league stage. This time he goes full straight as an arrow on the side screen. It's a six to close out the power play. Majid Ali goes slightly full and Ritwik once again hits it. Shows the full face of the bat and straight as an arrow on the side screen. 47 after 6 overs. 47 for 3. 10 runs coming off the 6th over by Majid Ali. Change in the bowling attack now. Left arm orthodox. Spinner into the match straight away after the power play. Mirza Muzakkir introduced. 231 matches for him, 270 wickets. Economy 6.96. Best figures of 8 for 11. He is a genuine wicket taker. Mirza Muzakkir. These two needs to carry on for a while for Pink Panthers. It's a low full toss driven on the up. Fielder they behind. They're coming back for second one. They are taking one for the throw. Score moves to 49. This is good from Rehan. Taking the ball on full. Driving it wide of the long off. Once again full. This time straight to the short cover. It's a dot ball. Very full from Mirza Muzakkir. Needs to ball slow through the air. This time punched off the back foot. There's a fielder there in the sweeper cover region who returns back the throw very quickly. So no chance for the second one. Only single coming off that ball. Three of the first half of over. 50 is up for Pick Panthers. With that single, 50 for the loss of 3 in 6.3 overs. 115 needed in 81. Required run rate 8.52. This will be some chase to watch out. Pink Panthers have a big hitters down the order. That's an excellent save from Muzammil there. Bit of football skills there. Gets his left foot out wide and stops the ball. That ball was traveling. That was played very late by Ritvik. Very short and outside off stump. White ball signal by the umpire. Score moves to 52. Well, wicketkeeper suggests that was inside the wide line, but no, my friend. Once again, full driven on the up. Work to be done by long off fielder. He does well and keeps it to one on that occasion. 6 runs coming off the over so far. Yet a delivery to be bowled. Last ball of the over. Slow through the air, punched off the back foot with the very soft hands in the point region and through for a single. 7 runs coming off the seventh over by Muzakkir. After 7, 54 for 3 Pink Panthers. And as the spinner introduced into the attack, Mir Roshan Ali now into the attack. 1118 matches, 757 wickets, economy 7.64, best figures of 7 for 56 for Mir Roshan Ali. He is a very experienced seasonal campaigner. Starts off with a leg break on the pads. Ritvik happy to work it on the onside and run for a single. That slightly short ball. Rehan punching off the back foot and rotating the strike. Both the batters looking to build a partnership, looking to score in terms of single. That ball skidded through the surface and plumb in front. That ball came in sharply with the angle. That was a slider from Mir Roshan Ali. Ritvik on that occasion had done nothing wrong. That ball kept real low and no chance for the batter to get the bat down in time. He was trapped in front. Ritvik departs, fourth one down for Pink Panthers. Now in some sort of trouble. 56 for 4 in 7.3. Sachin Rathore looking to break free, sweeping that one across the line. An excellent grab by Karan Patnaik. He has to run go 30 to 40 meter mark. He does that and takes a beauty. That was an excellent running catch to dismissed Sachin Rathore, who departs cheaply for one. Pink Panthers now move further into the trouble as they are five down, half of the team back in the sheds. Sachin Rathore, the last man to be dismissed. It's the big man, Mahinder Reddy, out in the center for Pink Panthers to rescue them. 914 matches for Mahinder Reddy. He's a very experienced batter. 22,305 runs, averaging 39.62. Strike rate very healthy, 154. He's a big hitter. Doesn't believe in small sixes. Likes to hit out of the park. But he's got a different job today as his team needs 108 of 69 deliveries. It's not about sixes from here on, it's about the temperament. Can Mahinder Reddy play a knock which guides his team to a victory? These are very testing conditions. Good bowling lineup he's up against, and a very good, very testing pitch. Straight away gets off the mark, drives on the up in the long off region. Trademark cover drive to get off the mark. This surface is not that easy to hit across the line or to hit on the up. You need to wait for your opportunities. Slightly short, punched off the back foot by Rehan. 2 runs and a wicket. Successful one from Mirza Muzakkir comes to an end after 9 overs. Pink Panthers 59 for 5. Mir Roshan Ali to continue. Starts off with a leg break on the pads. Rehan looking for the second one. Sent back by Mahinder Reddy. Mahinder Reddy looking to conceive his energy, looking to preserve his energy. He needs to bat long. He's their primary finisher. He's in way early than he would have loved to. Mahinder Reddy, 60 for 5, Pink Panthers after 9.1. That's a flighted delivery way outside off stump. White ball signal by the umpire. Mir Roshan Ali clearly looking to stay away from the hitting arc. Bowling it away and spinning it further away from Mahinder Reddy. This time he bowls just outside off stump. Mahinder Reddy stretches wide and drives it all along the carpet for a single. Change of a field. They have got covers in play for Rehan, whereas they have got extra cover for Mahinder Reddy. Punched off the back foot. Protection there behind, so it will only be a single. Well, that's a loose effort there in the deep by Muhammad Imtiaz. He should have sat down and taken that one. Instead, just bends it and tries to take it, and that ball goes through for a boundary. That's a poor effort You need a better effort in these kind of matches. Well driven on the up, but straight to the covers. It's a dot ball. Good one from Mir Roshan Ali. He's a brave bowler. Will toss it up every now and then. At the same time, he's got a very deceptive quick ball. Arm ball. Watch out for that. Another flighted delivery. Very full. Worked away on the onside for a single. 9.5 overs. 67 for 5. Pink Panthers at the moment. Well behind. Short ball. Mahinder Reddy looking for the cut. But misses. But umpire says it's a wide. Mir Roshan Ali clearly looking to stay away from the hitting arc. He's a very smart operator. That's a quicker one. Well fielded by Muzammil. Definitely saves couple of runs for his team. Good over for Pink Panthers. 10 runs coming off that one. After 10, 69 for 5. Pink Panthers, we are halfway through in the chase. 69 for 5. Another 96 needed of 60 balls. Last 10 overs. Players will have drinks. We'll be right back. After a very short break, there will be a change in end. Mirza Muzakkir to continue. Mahinder Reddy winds up for the first time, and that's out of the park. That's the trademark shot. He goes straight as an arrow and clears the lot into the second tier. Mahinder Reddy. That was slightly full from Mirza Muzakkir, and that's enough for Mahinder Reddy. This time quicker through the air. Punched off the back foot by Mahinder Reddy in the sweeper cover for a single. Well, this is what Mahinder Reddy brings to the table. Rehan is a very capable batter. Needs to bat alongside Mahinder Reddy. Well, that one slightly slow through the air. turning sharply and beats the right hander. That's a dot ball. Last ball of the over remaining. Slight correction in the scoring. Driven on the up by Rehan for a single. 11 overs, 79 for 5. Pink Panthers. 86 needed for in another 54. Introduction into the bowling attack. Divesh Singh with his right arm off break. Very experienced bowler. 197 matches, 114 wickets. Economy just over 7. Best figures of 5 for 9. Will be bowling at Rehan, who's got a start. 18 of 17 for Rehan. Got the runs in the previous encounter. In the semi final, Rehan finished off the match. He needs to bat alongside Mahinder Reddy. This partnership is a very crucial one for Pink Panthers. This time the ball going straight with the angle. Rehan playing for turn, trying to punch off the back foot, gets beaten. Slightly shorter. This time punches one off the back foot. Protection there in the sweeper cover, so it's an easy single. It is a for Pink Panthers in the 12th over. 80 for 5 after 11.2. Short ball. Mahinder Reddy this time just rotating the strike, punching it. That was quick through the air by Divesh. Mahinder Reddy taking very calculated risk. Slightly slow through the air, cut away. That ball doesn't carry all the way to the short third. That's excellently fielded by the short third fielder, Majid Ali there. That ball spin towards his left after pitching. Shot halfway through. It was a drag down. Rehan pulls but doesn't get the middle of the bat. It's only a single. 3 runs of the over so far. This is turning out to be a good over for bowling team. That was on the pads. Huge appeal. That ball was clearly drifting down the leg. Yes, leg by signal by the match official. 4 runs coming off the 12th over by Divesh Singh. 83 for 5. Pink Panthers still need 82 or 48. Mohammad Imtiaz now into the bowling attack. Another off break. Another very experienced bowler. 2,309 matches for him. 833 wickets for Imtiaz. Starts off with a full delivery. Walked away on the onside by Mahinder Reddy for a single. Economy 8.21 for Mohammad Imtiaz. Best figures of 6 for 19. 84 for 5 after 12.1 overs. Pink Panthers Well, hit away in the fine leg region. Wicketkeeper asking the fine leg fielder to throw it fast, but he says no need. Shot into the surface, punched off the back foot by Mahinder Reddy. Another single. Three singles coming off three balls. I feel something happening in this over. That's my gut feeling. Into the surface. Once again gets an inside edge. A quick throw, but Mahinder Reddy is quick. He makes his ground nicely. Four singles coming off four deliveries so far in this over. Mohammad Imtiaz is bowling quick through the air. This time the ball keeps slow and skids through the surface. Mahinder Reddy gets beaten. It's a dot ball. Once again into the surface from Mohammad Imtiaz. Mahinder Reddy happy to nudge it around for a single on the onside. Five singles of that over after 13. 88 for 5. Pink Panthers. Dive Singh to continue. Cut away, but doesn't beat the inner circle. It will only be a single. That was well struck, but doesn't find the gap on that occasion. Mahinder Reddy. Single to start off the over. 1.1 overs, 4 for none for Dive so far. Shot into the surface, pulled away in between mid wicket and long on. Mid wicket does well, but it will be a couple of runs for Rehan. That was stuck well in between both the fielders, but not enough power. And that's a very long boundary. So easy 2 runs for Rehan. Flighted delivery well outside off stump. That ball coming in sharply after pitching. Umpire not giving it as a wide. Rehan should have played at that one. This time quicker through the air, cut away. Once again doesn't beat the inner circle behind point. So it will only be a single. Four coming off the four deliveries. Equation getting tougher for Pink Panthers. 11.53 the required rate now. Flighted up. Mahinder Reddy looking for the big shot. Doesn't get any connection on the ball. It's a dot ball. That was a brave one from Dive Singh. Slow through the air. Deceived in the pace. Variation in the pace. That is what Divesh Singh has got this time. It's in the air. Will it clear the deep fielder? Yes, it does. Well, that was a really good effort from the deep fielder, but it seems as if it has gone all the way for six. We have to wait for the match official signal. It looked as if deep fielder was outside the boundary line by the time he was holding the ball. But we have to wait for the match official signal. That is a very tight call. Chirag Yadav there in the deep. He says he's released the ball in time. Well, match officials are going in with the fielder's call, so it will only be a single. 5 runs coming off that over after 14 overs, 93 for 5. Mohammad Imtiaz to continue. 1 over 5 for none for Mohammad Imtiaz. It's a quicker one on the pads. Clipped away in the square leg by Mahinder Reddy. It will only be a single. Equation getting tougher and tougher. 71 now needed of 35 balls. Rehan needs to get a move on. 25 of 26. Well, he hits a good shot. Will that go for a boundary? Yes, it does. That was perfectly in between. Long on and deep mid wicket. That's a for boundary. Much needed one for Pink Panthers and Rehan. Rehan moves to 29 of 27. 98 for 5. Pink Panthers. Hit away. Wide of long on. Will they come back for second? Yes, they do. This is good running by Mahinder and Rehan. Rehan in particular was running towards the danger end. He made that call for second run. That was quick and guided away beautifully. Majid Ali after the ball in the fine leg region. It will be another couple of runs from for Mahinder Reddy. This is good cricket from Mahinder Reddy, using his brain and not using his power on that occasion. It was just guided away in the third man for couple of runs. 10 runs so far of the over. It's a low full toss drilled straight down the ground that will be cut off by long on. So it will only be a single. A good one for bowling team. 11 runs coming off the 15 over. 104 for the loss of 5. Pick Panthers. They need another 61 of 30.
61, 61, require 61.
This match is going right down to a wire. This is the all important Gold Cup final of One Champion Elite Season 42. Two of the better teams going head to head against each other in the finals. Dive Singh to continue. 2 overs, 8 for none so far for Divesh. Flighted delivery just inside that wide line on the offside. It's a dot ball to start off the over. That's a poor delivery from Dive Singh on the pads, and Rehan on this occasion gets it fine. No chance for any fielder. One bounce, four it is. Back to back boundaries for Rehan and Pink Panthers. Couple of dots to start off the over. Then a single, now a boundary. First catch drop in the square leg region. Now a convincing boundary. Hit away all along the carpet in the extra cover region. Both the batters were interested in single, then going against. 9 runs coming off that over. It's still not a bad over. After 16, 113 for 5. Pink Panthers. 52 needed now from 24. Required rate 13 runs per over. Mirza Muzakkir to bowl out. 3 overs, 19 for 1 for Mirza Muzakkir. He'll bowl out. He'll bowl the 17th over. Muzakkir against Mahinder Reddy. That's a quick one into the surface, and Mahinder Reddy pulls it very flat, and a big one coming off the blade of Mahinder Reddy. Second one of the match. He is a very strong batter, Mahinder Reddy. He needs no second invitation. That was short and quick into the surface, sat up nicely, pulls it flat. Now Muzakkir coming around diagonal. Now coming diagonal for Mahinder Reddy. Mirza Muzakkir. That's a better length. Mahinder Reddy just punching it. Not too full, not too back, in between length. That is where Muzakkir needs to be in order to contain these batters. 7 coming off first two deliveries. Will this be the big one that Pink Panthers are searching for? Rehan 38 of 31. Mahinder Reddy 31 of 24. This partnership moving along nicely with an offer punched off the back foot. Good fielding there at the edge in extra cover, but it will still be a single. Mohammad Imtiaz there inside the circle gets his body on the line. Once again into the surface, punched hard. This time all along the carpet, so it will only be a single. 9 runs coming off the over so far. 6 and 3 singles. That was full. Rehan looking to slog sweep it. Slight misfield in the third man. Rehan is coming back for second one. That will be a risky call. Yes, it is. He's short of his ground. That was a very delayed call, and that's a very poor call from Mahinder Reddy, I must say. Rehan should have said no. He comes back and he has to pay the penalty. Finally, a wicket falls. A partnership going along very nicely for Pink Panthers gets broken. Majid Ali in the third man region first makes a misfield and mix it up nicely. Sharp throw there from Majid Ali, and Karan Patnaik takes the bails off in a flash. Sixth one down.
43, 43, 43.
Majid back into the attack, and that's the final nail in the coffin. Mahinder Reddy cleaned up. That ball skids through the surface, doesn't bounce at all. Mahinder Reddy looking for the big shot, misses a straight one. You miss, I hit, says Majid Reddy. What a blow that was. Mahinder Reddy very dangerous at this stage of the match, but he's gone. That's a mighty blow from Majid Ali. That's the match for RR Stones. This is the back of mighty Mahinder Reddy. Seventh one down now for Pink Panther. A wicket going down at the very wrong time. New batsman in is Saitane in at number 9. Plenty that needs to be done for Pink Panthers. That's a loose ball. Wide down the leg. That ball racing away. Yes, it does. That's a boundary. White plus 4. 5 extras for Pink Panthers. That will help. Now 36 needed of 17. Well, umpire says that it hits the bottom of the bat of Tane and goes for boundary. So it's a runs. Once again, full on the stumps. Hit on the up. But doesn't get the elevation right. So it will only be a single. In the long on region, 36 needed of 15. This is not an impossible task in a T20 match, but we are into the tail of Pink Panthers. Well, RR Stones taking their time to set their field. Right hand, left hand combination now for Pink Panthers. That was full outside off stump. Aditya should have looked to go over mid off. He made room for himself. That is the reason why got to the leg side of the ball and in the end ends up playing too far from his body. It's a dot ball. Outside edge. There's a third man in play. He won't able to cut that off as that ball went very fine. It's a boundary. Welcome one for Pink Panthers. 9 runs coming off this over so far. And a big wicket of Mahinder Reddy. Last ball still remaining. Majid Ali getting the big wicket of Mahinder Reddy at the very first ball of the over. Now 32 needed of 13. Hit away on the leg side. Wide of long on. But it will only be a single to close out the over. 10 runs and a wicket coming off 18 by Majid Ali. 134 for 7. Pink Panthers. 31 needed of last 2 overs. Divesh Singh to bowl out. He'll bowl the 19th over. 3 overs, 17 for none for Divesh. 31 needed of 12. Paddled fine, but does it have the legs? No, it doesn't. It will only be a single. Good fielding there by Imtiaz in the fine leg region. Slow through the air, Divesh, not offering any pace to work with. Field changes for the righty. Saitane, who's got 5 of 2 deliveries. 30 needed now for 11 deliveries. That's a very slow delivery. Very, very slow through the air. Not allowing any pace whatsoever for the batters to work with. Punched off the back foot in the sweeper cover region for a single. Another flighted delivery. Sai Tane looking for the big shot. In fact, it's Aditya who was looking for the big shot. Gets an outside edge. Ball doesn't carry all the way to the short third. So it will only be a single. 3 singles of 3 deliveries so far. Well, Sai Tane on that occasion advances but Yorks himself. Hits it straight back to the bowler all along the carpet. It's a dot ball. Another flighted delivery, this time lifted over extra cover. One bounce, two bounce, and trickles away to the boundary. This is a better shot from Saitane, waiting on the back foot, then lifting it over extra cover for 4. That's beautifully done. 1 for 141 for 7. This time it's in the air. Will it be taken? No, it lands short of the deep fielder. So it will be a single to close out. 8 runs coming off that over. After 19, 142 for 7. 23 needed now from the final over. Imtiaz to bowl the final over of the match. Starts off with a poor one. That ball is racing away in the fine leg and it goes all the way. White plus 4. 5 extras to start off the over. Is there a twist in a tail? Imtiaz balls it very quick through the air. Nothing wrong there by the wicketkeeper. He was blinded with the batter. That ball goes through for a 4. 5 extras. 147 now up for Pink Panthers. Inside edge. Ball goes to the fine leg fielder. It's a quick single. Good response from Aditya NK. 17 needed of 5 deliveries. 6 runs coming off the very first ball. First white plus 4. Now a single. 17 of 5. Is there a twist in a tail? Aditya NK 7 of 6. That's a good one outside off stump, spinning away sharply after pitching. Aditya on the cut gets beaten. It's a dot ball. Flighted one. Aditya going for big one and completely slicing the ball away. So it will be a couple of runs. That was a good ball from Mohammad Imtiaz. Slow through the air, allowing the ball enough time to spin. Aditya doesn't get the desired timing. Reverse sweep and it clears the infield. That's the 4. Very well executed reverse sweep from Aditya. Gets it over the infield for a boundary. 154 for 7 after 19.4. Now 11 needed of two deliveries. Well. Is there a twist in a tail? Imtiaz has gone for too well in this over so far. 11 needed of two deliveries. Aditya smacks one, but all along the carpet this time. It will only be a single. That will be the match for RR Stones. Now 10 needed of a delivery. Only a legal delivery required for RR Stones to seal the deal and win this Gold Cup final. That's in the surface and that's hit away. That's a big shot. Does it go all the way? Yes, it does. That's a six. RR Stones winning by 3 runs. What a match we had here. It was promising to be a good match, and it was a good match. RR Stones put into bat first by Pink Panthers, posting 164 for the loss of 7. In reply, Pink Panthers only managing 161 for the loss of 7. The margin of victory 3 runs. Congratulations to RR Stones for winning this contest.